What's up, guys? It's been 2000 YuGiOh, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero. And today, guys... Oh, what the... Oh, no. Oh. Apparently, some people don't agree with this video. I know that was a little silly, you guys, but you guys know me for silly. So, before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, guys, I want to remind you guys that the Team FTK channel is an affiliate channel of Inked Gaming. They sell mats and all sorts of other geek stuff, so if you guys want to get 10% off, make sure that you use the promo code TeamFTK10. Oh, and we're also Patreon powered. So, if you guys don't know, I think Jesse recently just got a mic for the channel because of the Patreon supporters. So thank you for that, because of the last few videos he was making before that mic were making my ears bleed. I'm just kidding, Jesse. Don't take that personal. I'm sure these people think that every time they see my replay footage. They're like, oh, God. Anyway, all jokes aside, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Golly, am I hungry? Is it that obvious? Anyway, we're talking about whether the Dragon Rulers can return. So I'm going to give you a few reasons why they can, and a few reasons why they cannot. So the first reason why they can return is because I think that they are, frankly, too slow. Dragon Ruler decks take a little bit of setup. You need to get them into the grave as much as they can, and as soon as you can, as fast as you can. Now, that's never been easier, right? Dragon Shrine, Dragon Ravine, Foolish Burial, and Lightsworn monsters, you know, just to name a few cards that can be used to get these guys in the graveyard. Now, that being said, most of the time you're not going to be using them right away, because here's the sad part about it. Unless you're playing like a full-blown dragon deck, or a deck that has all the same attributes as the said Dragon Ruler that you are using, you're not likely going to be able to summon it right off the bat. And I'm speaking in the case of something like Lightsworn Rulers, because that's what I have the most experience with, because when I played Dragon Rulers, the only two decks I played were Synchro Rulers and Lightsworn Rulers. I didn't get a chance to play the Xyz ones because the Xyz were expensive. Now, fast forward to where I'm talking about now. So we're going with that. Like in the case of Lightsworn Rulers, you know, you use the Dragon Rulers as beat sticks. You use them to banish Eclipse Wyvern, and then you would, you'd summon JD, clear the field, and then, that's how you use them. But blowing shit up don't work no more. I mean, I'm sorry to say it, but you can't just blow up a field and expect to win. I mean, let's face it, people build boards with, like, negate, 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 disrupt, 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 and that's how the game is played. Now, when the Dragon Wars were at their pinnacle of power, that wasn't the case. A lot of people threw out, yes, there were monsters, but that did all that that did a lot of disruptions. There were decks that did that a lot. Burning Abyss was the prime example. In the early days, they were like they were mostly used as tribute fodder for vanities, and they played a lot of trap cards. That was how Burning Abyss was played back when Lightsworn Rulers were a thing, were a very fringe thing, by the way. That being said, yeah. So there is that. They're a little too slow. Truth is, and if you're going to use them for link plays, it's gonna feel bad, because you're trading this giant, muscular monster, this itty bitty monster, with a really good effect. You're basically, and of course, let's face it, guys, dark matter's gone. With dark matter gone, the Dragon Rulers don't really seem too much of a threat, because you're not putting multiple of them in the grave at one time, most likely. Now, a few reasons why they cannot come back. And some of these will be more like reasons why people don't want them back, more than why they actually can't come back. Just to clarify. So some of these reasons are, these people probably have a little bit of PTSD from when Dragon Rulers were at the pinnacle of power.
Phenomenal cosmic powers!
People remember them getting, the in the face. And So yes, these people remember that brute force power that they do bring. But to argue against that, let's face it, I mean, as long as the babies are all either banned or limited to one, and the grown-ups are all limited to one, they're fine. They're absolutely fine. They're going to be nothing but maybe boosters for elemental decks for the most part. The next one is people are like, oh no, they'll abuse them in guard dragons. Kinda, but the problem, like I said, goes back to they're just not consistent enough, and the most of the time that you're going to be using the Dragon Rollers for is search cards, more than anything. But the guard dragons are frankly too fragile. They're beat by hand traps, and that's something also why, another reason why, I know I'm going to harken back to it, but that's another reason why the Dragon Rulers can come back. Because back when they were a thing, the only hand traps that were slowed them down were Max C and DD Crow. We have a lot more options now on that front. So, now you don't just have DD Crow and Max C anymore. Now Max C's gone, but we have Ash Blossom. We have Ghost Ogre. So I activate Dragon Ravine. Okay, Ghost Ogre. Now I'm down 2 cards. Another reason why people probably don't want them to come back is, let's face it, they're afraid of Big Eye shenanigans again. Which, that's fair. That's fair. I don't want to get my monsters taken away, but we already have Crackdown running around, so that's a little bit of a lame reason. And to be frank, you know, Nightmare Phoenix and Nightmare Cerberus do a lot more work than I think Dracosack's ever going to do. So the truth of the matter is, the Dragon Rollers are, just to be frank guys, assuming that the ban list does it right, which either limits the babies to 1 or bans them altogether, it's just going to be huge minuses. It's going to be a minus deck. You're going to lose your resources, you're not going to be able to recur them like you used to, and all the best cards, like for example, like Super Rejuvenation, still banned. So there's no real way to abuse those Dragon Rulers the way we used to, other than the idea of playing them as beat sticks. The only deck that, I mean, yes, they will boost some decks. For example, Blaster will boost fire decks, Tidal will boost Mermail, Tempest will boost Dragoonides, but that's about where it's going to end. And Redox will boost, I don't know, Rock Stun maybe? Fudge if I know what Redox will boost. You tell me what Redox will boost. The truth is, these Dragon Rulers just aren't as powerful as they used to be. The truth is, I think the Thunder Dragon deck is far more dangerous. They, you know, like, and I'm not gonna lie, I did test this with Lightsworn. And the Guard Dragon variant. Now granted, I'm not the greatest Guard Dragon player, so bear with me. I know some of you guys saw the replay footage because I flashed it somewhere in the conversation here. And it was I won, but it was But that's beside the point. The point is, they could come back, they can boost these decks, and realistically, if we're looking at the ban list, we're at least going to get Tempest back at some point. Here's the thing. If you look at the OCG, the way the ban list goes is we're a little bit behind them. At some point, we're going to play ball and have to do what they do. They did it with Fairy Tail Snow. They did it with Dark Matter Dragon. Well, guess what? You know, at some point, we're about to follow their path. I mean, I guarantee you, if you like terraforming, all I can tell you is tick, 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 tick. I know that was a bad joke. I know that was mildly obnoxious, but you guys get it. You get where I'm coming at with this. So, anyway, guys, this is my theorio is I think the Dragon Rulers are just too slow, and they're not as powerful as they once were. The best that they'll be used for is to boost their elemental-based decks and dragon decks. And yeah, and I hate to say it, but I feel like Red Eyes Darkest Metal Dragon, to harken back to the ban list thing, it's probably going out the door soon. So, as much as I think it's fair enough to stay in the game, Konami isn't going to agree with anything that I say, so... Anyway, guys, I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm a little bit curious if you guys think that the Dragon Rulers come back, or are they too powerful to return to the game? So, I hope that Jesse and the rest of Team FTK, I think we'll all have a little hand in responding to comments below, I think, at some point. Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, and also I want to remind you guys one more time, guys, that there is a Patreon. Make sure you go check that out. That's how the team gets fresh cards, so we can continue to be modern in the game. That's how we get fresh equipment, so we get even better on the quality levels, which, let's face it, guys, we all need the help with that in some form or fashion. Anyway, guys, I am your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero, Ben 10,000 of YuGiOh, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.